Can see the emotion, man.
That's my why. I don't care about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Vanity metrics.
Yeah.
I think about family watching me.
Yeah.
40 years from now, see me talk. Your great grandchildren or nieces or relatives, I want them to watch you.
Yeah.
And I want them to see you.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Okay. 30 years down the track, 100 years down the track.
Going back to your point, like the pushing through thing.
Yeah.
I think the important first step before that is the understanding the why.
Yeah.
Because with the why, everything else flows, you know? So you're pushing through, why?
Yeah.
You've got that reason that you believe in that helps you push through.
Yeah.
You execute on an idea, why? Because that's what you wanted to achieve.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the why was for you, without the why, everything else will kind of lose momentum.
Yeah.
Or even meaning. You know, doing things for the sake of doing things will still have that empty feeling unless you replace it with a why.
Yeah.
And everyone's got their own different whys, you know. It's important that your why is your why, you know, regardless of someone else's opinion. You should have your own why.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. No.
Figuring out the why is very important. That's the first step, I would say.
Yes. Yeah. I think even doing the drawing, you know, of my wife last night, I think, you know, I'd already subconsciously worked out the why, man.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly, yeah.
It's like she's taken time out of her.
And you wanted to connect on a deep level?
Yeah.
That was the why.
That was the why.
So that's why you put all your energy and your focus into it.
Yeah.
Because the why was the deep connection with your wife.
Exactly.
And then after you'd done that, I'm assuming you felt good.
Oh man, it was a special feeling. Just, you know, we both looked at our drawings and we just had a good laugh.
Good
man.
laugh,
it was just like, you know.
Yeah.
And then she shared it with her aunties on this WhatsApp group, and they all had a good laugh. And it's like, yeah,
that was part of the why, you know.
That's
you executed on your subconscious why.
And what I'm going to do is, and building on that or adding to that, I'm gonna put it out there into the world
as a positive effect.
And I want to inspire other people to, even though, you know, we're not a fancy Banksy artist, or, you know, we're not a famous artist.
Yeah,
we still as human beings can express ourselves.
Yeah, and 100%.
Get away from, oh, I can't do it. It's going to be average. Just get away from all that and just execute. Like, find your
why, you know.
The why, yeah.
The why eliminated the doubts.
Yeah. And then just do it, and it feels good,
You've done
man. It feels so good.
That's an example of like a full, complete circle.
Oh,
cycle.
Yeah, it's such a good feeling.
Progression.
And then if we can inspire other people, you know, find your why, and whatever that may be, and just do it. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna feel good.
Yeah.
Regardless of the outcome, it's a good feeling.
Yeah. It's
such a good feeling, man.
I'm a firm believer. You never lose, you learn, you know?
No. And you know, failure is just learning.
I think failure to me is giving up.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's...
Failure is giving up if you fail and then you don't act, you don't do any further action. But then if you continue on, and then you fail again, and then you continue on, you fail again, you continue and fail again, and then you continue on, and then something works.
That's why I say, like, when you give up, that's when you fail.
Yeah.
Because giving up on something you want, you already know what you want.
Yeah.
I would suggest you go and do what you want. But if you give up on what you want, that's a failure to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because you're just cheating yourself. you know?
Yeah.
Going back to your point is like pushing through and figuring it out, like to execute. But then if you give up and consciously you know what you want, but you don't do it, that's, to me, the giving up. Like giving up on your pursuit, that's a fail.
Yeah.
In my mind, you know?
Yeah. And is it...
Because you can make mistakes. That's not a fail. That's learning. That's a lesson. And the sooner you learn the lessons, the sooner you're going to achieve execution to what you want and your why.
Do you think it's the fear that holds people back?
The fear of what exactly?
Failure.
Or you mean making a mistake?
Yeah. Or not looking good. Yeah. The fear of not looking good.
Not looking good. Yep. But then if you understood your why, that gets eliminated, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you know what you want and you know why you're doing it, you're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
You know? Superficial things like vanity metrics, looking good on the surface, like that kind of gets blurred on the side because you have a clear vision of where you want to be.
Yeah.
And making mistakes are just lessons to get you closer. You know, for example, you've made a decision on a why. You want to get in this wine industry, you know, and to some degree maybe excel in this new industry, new exciting industry. You went for a job interview with connections. You thought you would have, you had like a shoe in, you know, but then you missed out on an opportunity, but you keep going. See, most people, if they didn't have like that subconscious why, they would have just said, oh, let me call my old boss up. Yeah, you know what? I changed my mind. Coming back. But you established what you wanted.
Yes.
So that helped push through. You know?
Exactly.
And because you missed out on that interview, I think you would call it like a failure.
Yeah.
But I would call it like a lesson because you would have learned all these sort of things in the process. And that helped you to move on to the next step.
100%.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all part of the process.
It's all part of the process. So you're learning.
Yeah.
Mistakes is learning. As long as you know why.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's so true. And you've just, I don't know, I think a big thing with human sort of behavior is, you know, if they fail once, they do give up.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, you take a sample of 1,000 people and if they try something and they fail at it, you know, I think they've done sort of, you know, scientific sort of analysis on it, you know, like 900 of the 1,000 will give up entirely and they won't try it again.
Businesses.
Yeah, and then, you know, 100 out of the 1,000 maybe will try again, and then if they fail a second time, 80 out of that 100 will not try again, and then only 20 will try a third time. So, you know, as human beings, we don't like failure. We're scared of it. We're scared of it, and it's about just not being afraid. It's like don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid that it's not going to work out
or make a mistake. Because like going back to the why is the most difficult thing to obtain. Yeah. Because in this day and age, our minds are just not so clear. We're cluttered, you know, as a Western society. We don't have a clear, functioning kind of thought patterns to figure out the why. Yeah. But once you figure out the why, everything else is a lot, like, statistically, you're more likely to persevere. Yeah. You know, once you figure out the why. But the why that's the most important, most difficult. it's not so. It sounds easy, you know, like it sounds like an easy kind of. Oh, okay, yeah, figure out the why, but then the hard part is like, you know, pushing through and all this and that. But actually, I would say bring it back, because the reason why most people don't succeed or don't execute is because they haven't figured out the why. And the why is the foundation you build upon.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna focus on the why. Like, figure out the why.
Yep.
And then see how you go.
Yeah.
Like this podcast, my why is for your great grandchildren or nieces or relatives. I want them to watch you.
Yeah.
And I want them to see you.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Okay. 30 years down the track, 100 years down the track. Yeah.
I don't care about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Vanity metrics.
Yeah.
I think about family watching me.
Yeah.
40 years from now, see me talk.
Can see the emotion, man.
That's my why.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, man.
It's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, back to the star.
All right. You just reminded me. I saw a thing on the internet yesterday, and it was a little 2-year-old baby